The following is a paid preview for a game seeking funding on Kickstarter. The product seen here is a work in progress and subject to change during the duration of the project. This is Ferdinand the Cardboard Stacker, and welcome to the preview of Battle for the Universe by Johnny Hinkle. In this two-player card game, Battle for the Universe has you up against your opponent in a comic book world to secure locations, use superpowers, and to battle against each other. Your goal of the game is to either take down the opponent's team leader or by completing your own team leader's objective. Both players get a 40 card deck along with their team leader and a 12 card location deck. The game setup begins with the play deck here, location deck here, and with the clout, money, and citizen tokens nearby. Have each player draw out 6 locations to fill in these spots. Next, place the team leader here. Some decks will have a sidekick giving the option to use both, splitting their life points, or just using one of them. Take the team leader's starting resources, and the player playing the villain goes first as the active player. The start of each round is called the page, which is divided into 5 panels. In the first panel, both players collect 10 clout. You can think of each clout as one action allowance point. In the second panel, both players take turns to move, pass, and secure a location. When both players pass in succession, they move onto the third panel to collect their secured locations. The fourth panel has them draw cards, and the final panel makes the switch to the next active player and a new page begins. Let's take a closer look at panel 2 in detail. On their turn, a player may do the move action. They get 1 movement for free by moving to the next orthogonally adjacent location card. Any extra moves will cost them 1 clout each. The heart of the game resides when players secure locations, and this is where players do battle. By spending 1 clout on their turn, the player can attempt to secure a location. The defending player may forfeit by not defending it, or choose to defend it, initiating a battle. When a battle begins, the player counts the number of card spaces away from each other. They take this number and subtract it from 5. This value will be the maximum number of cards that can be played by each player. If they were 3 spaces away, each player plays 2 cards. For each card they play, they must pay the necessary resources to one of those 3 abilities of each card. When both players are done placing cards face down in the order they choose, they reveal all their cards. Starting with the active player, they will begin applying non-damaging effects. Any equipment cards gets placed on any previous character. Any character doing damage now applies that damage starting with the active player's first character, then to the other player's first character. All damage is applied first to the first present character of the opposite side. This goes on until all characters apply their damage. Any character that was dealt damage equal to their health is sent directly to the landfill. All excessive damage gets applied to the next character in order, or if there are none, directly to the opponent's leader. If the attacking player wins by having more health points among his remaining characters, or the opposing player wishes not to defend the location, then the player flips that location and wins the reward listed on the card right away. If, in the case of the opposing player wins, the location is not secured and the location card is not flipped. The player who is able to defeat their opponent, or be the first one to complete their goal, wins Battle for the Universe. The thing that impressed me the most is the clout system, and it does show off the importance of decision making in the game. While everything does require clout, putting clout in things such as boosting characters' abilities has their risks and rewards. One of the unique features of Battle of the Universe is that while it is a 2-player game, it's really cool to have an additional goal. Most games of the same kind of genre will have it to be just beating down your opponent. I find that having more than one goal leads to more diverse and interesting strategies, and it's kinda cool that it also relates to the player's team leader. Battles are really the heart of the game, and I do feel that it brings out the comic theme to life in this aspect. For the actual battle itself, there's a lot that can happen. You can bluff and waste your opponent's clouds, or you can even try to overpower them with a surprise attack. It does have somewhat a programmy feel when it plays out. Moving on to some negative points, like most two-player games that fits in the same genre, it does have a steep learning curve. Cards do have a lot of text and info on them, and that can be daunting for new players to learn. On top of that, since there's a lot of different things on a card, it can be overwhelming and maybe even a little confusing for that first-time player. As a game that relies on a card and deck system, you're not always going to have cards in your favor. The game can be punishing, especially when you don't play your cards right. For example, some equipment cards boost specific characters' damaging power, but it's useless if you only have supporting characters. Overall, I really enjoyed Battle for the Universe, and I think it's an excellent game. The way clout works in battle, which provides risks and rewards, and how it presents strategies and objectives makes it interesting and appealing. Battle for the Universe receives my crowdfunding recommendation award. If you are interested in this game project, please follow the link in the description below for more information. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos on board and card games. This is the Cardboard Stacker, and remember to keep on stacking games.